Also breaking at 3 o'clock, Youngstown city leaders worried the Realty building could collapse after the explosion 2 weeks ago. Evacuation orders have been made to clear nearby buildings. So you'll remember a gas explosion rocked the building, killing a Chase Bank employee. 19 data journalist Dan DeRose joins us with more on the engineering report. Dan.
Yeah, this is something, and it's turning into a battle between the city and the people who own the Realty building and now their insurance company. The city, and you can hear it in the mayor's voice, really putting out notice. You need to figure out what's going on with this building. It's been 2 weeks. So what the city had to do was get its own independent engineering firm to come in and look at the building. Is it structurally safe? What they found is no, it's not. Of course, the ground floor collapsed. The sidewalk vaults collapsed. They have found that columns, many of them in the building, are now only supported on one side as opposed to being supported by two columns in two directions. Next up, the elevator shaft walls have failed. What this says, according to the engineering company, is that that building is in imminent danger of collapse. There's no timeline. It's not today. It's not tomorrow. But the city is going to have to evacuate buildings within 200 feet of that Realty building. And the mayor was asked today during his news conference, why this 2-week period? Have these people been in danger the first 2 weeks?
We didn't have a structural engineer report that said so. And at that day, we didn't have the sound understanding or sound information to deal with that. And all accounts, that was the best scenario at that time. And now that I have that report, I cannot in any way, shape, or form not ignore it. So we will continue with the evacuation of those residents.
And that's the problem. Residents he's referring to live in the International Towers. It butts right up against the Realty building. It now has to be evacuated. They've got about a 72-hour timeline to get them out. There's some very special residents who live in that building. We're going to talk about it coming up at 4 and show you the layout of the ground.